看来是要拿出全力了。
全力！哎呀！请你拿出全力。
OK， 没问题。
这样才不会3节打完就收工。
没问题，没问题。啊，没问题。
鲁迪·狗贝尔。
Towns right side and stolen by Jokic. Pass to Gordon. Outside for Porter.
被交易的男人。
Michael Porter.
好好笑。
Towns with a rebound. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. And Grand Rapids are in uncharted territory this year. They are the defending champs.
Yeah, BA. I mean, they'll have a target on their back all season. They retain most of their talent and core, and with Jokic leading the way, they remain favorites to repeat.
敢插进
做出界啊！
很插进哎。
Minnesota will have it.
有人跌倒。
Here's Gobert. That one's good.
Joker!
Who picks up the assist?
狗贝尔斯。
Best of luck to any defender trying to slow Gobert down. He is ruthless inside.
To the inside.
哈哈。
And that one goes out of bounds.
狗贝尔在那里。
干，你认真一点好不好？打成这样子。
Failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
About a minute into this first quarter. From deep, Conley. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Caldwell Pope.
靠！
And another miss by
拜托你
Denver.
准一点行不行？
To the ball. Checked by Gordon. Back to Daniels. Jacks up a three. Drills it from deep.
没关系，没关系。
Attacking right away.
稳着点，稳着点。
Daniels wasting no time there.
开始慌了啊！
And play stops.
哎，至于啦。
Illegal screen.
我让被罚掩护啊！你们假摔啊！
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Pass to Towns.
看，真的假的啦？
Another three from Minnesota.
Towns takes a lot of
认真一
pride
点
in
好不好？
knocking down threes.
好呗
He's。as gifted a shooter as we have at the center position.
Back to Murray.
哇，骑马射箭，过神仙！
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss. Whoa, man, this thing was
我
turning
靠
into a soccer game.
妈
A
的
lot of action.
蚁王
and
嘞
not many points.
哎呦，
And Gordon with the big finish.
Well, you can't take the length of Caldwell Pope lightly. He's excellent at using it to come up with steals. Oh, what a pass! Those two read each other really well.
Looks like a play they've definitely run in practice.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out
又一
just
头
fine.
干，他已经
差一点呐、
Caldwell Pope's shot is off.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him. You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the
哇，
shooter,
没篮
and
板。
affect the shot.
And so Jokic will bring it up for the Nuggets. 6-point
该找到
game.
了。
哇，我的锅！
Porter's shot is off.
That's what you need your bigs to do. Step up and control the defensive glass.
Back to Towns. Pass to Edwards. Drains the triple.
Nice vision that time from Towns. And you know, he's got that skill set.
哎，我不想第一节打完就收工啊，认真点。
Shoot from the baseline.
难怪被交易。
Caldwell Pope. Another shot. And the shot goes down.
哇，这么强哦！
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now Conley, still without a bucket. Pass to Edwards, to the middle. Here's Gobert, with 4 on the clock. And another basket for Minnesota.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Minnesota Timberwolves. They have a nice
就 OK 了。
cushion at the
The Timberwolves, 15.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Minnesota.
跑这么快
So
啊！
far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Michael Porter Jr. never lacks for confidence in his jump shot.
你干嘛退啊？
Offense
退去哪？
should be an autopilot. I should be focused on the intangibles, the defense, the rebounding, the dirty work. That involves you in the game. Brian, the buy-in and the commitment to the little things has not gone unnoticed.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great point. Thanks, Allie. Shot clock at 6. Porter from outside.
Michael Porter.
Timberwolves. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Pass to Towns. 4-3. Back to Daniels. Up and over Porter.
哇，狗贝尔不会传吧那？
Nuggets trail. They kick it out to Murray. Now Porter. Over Conley. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Porter's got his first points of the game. Clark, we're in the era of the scoring point guard. Who's the best one going in your mind?
Well, I think you got to start with Steph. I mean, he is just so unbelievably remarkable in his shot-making ability everywhere. People obviously target his three-point shooting, but he, to me, is the greatest shot maker that we've had in the game when you look at the totality of what shot making is. There's nobody that has mastered shot making in every way the way Steph has.
A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Now here's Morris. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul.
哪有阻挡啦？我站好好在那里。
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Even though the Timberwolves made the playoffs in 2023, Grant, they had their share of trials.
Yeah, B.A., they had to integrate new players. I mean, Cat missed 51 games due to a calf strain. There was that incident with Gobert and Kyle Anderson. And, of course,
Wow.
Jaden Daniels fracturing his hand.
There's a minute 54 left to play in the first half of basketball. Back to Caldwell Pope. For 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Caldwell Pope's got 5 now.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Back to Anderson. Pass to Reed. Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here.
巨
And it's
屁呀！
完美的出手选择。
Timberwolves lead.
And, you know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Here's Porter. It's rebounded by Morris.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
哎，不是传他。
Stolen by Murray. And here's the fast break. Here's Caldwell Pope. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take
干我这也只得4
换一下人
分。
呐！妈的，Michael Porter 不行啊！
Yeah, you got to be careful how you defend Caldwell Pope because he's got great speed and he knows how to use it to draw contact.
干我这也只得4分，这到底在打什么？
And what separates the Nuggets on offense is their efficiency, Clark.
You're right on it, BA. You rarely see them take bad shots. I mean, they are a well-oiled offensive machine, adamant about getting quality shots on a consistent basis.
Throws it up high.
靠背哦，你什么时候会这招的？
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
球星应节。
3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Pulls up. And off the left side.
哇，认真呢。
Caldwell Pope got 7 points here in the quarter.
Yeah, you know, when you give Caldwell Pope any daylight to get his shot off, he's knocking it down. He's a gifted shooter.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
McDaniels can't hit.
啊，这样都没有。
Great job of closing the space and getting a hand up.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The T-Wolves on top, up 2. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Right side Murray. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Back to Jokic. Tipped away. Fast break, Minnesota. The pull-up.
喂，按错。
And it's Denver with a rebound.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
Ah, nice shot.
送球，送球，
And
你
the
根本看不起我。
Timberwolves lead by 4.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Back to Murray.
我干嘛又被抄上
Gives
嘛
us a chance to catch up with Ali LaForce.
After their big
Wow,
trade with
God,
Rudy Gobert,
that was
it's taken a while for the Wolves to gel. Gobert said, quote, "It just comes with the time and trust. Basketball is never
你不
perfect.
是
We
小
can
丑啊？
punish all kinds of defenses by making the right play and finding the open man. With that mindset, we are going to keep getting better. I'm confident in our abilities." Brian?
Well, that's the way you have to look at it, Ali. Thank you. Just 4 to shoot.
哇，硬打，干好吃
Murray
亏
picking
哦。
up the assist.
It takes body control, concentration, and skill to score against that kind of defense. Jokic doing a really nice job inside.
哎，不是他。
Off they go. It's a 3-on-1 break. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. And another
居然
basket.
到底打啥小，怎么这样？乱七八糟的。
Picked up the energy level and willed
第
themselves
三节
back
被你
into
追
this
上
game.
啊！干太夸张了吧？
Battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And Minnesota calls time here. You know, we hear the term point forward a lot. Clark, is it fair to call Nikola Jokic a point center?
I don't have any issues with the BA. I mean, he facilitates as a big guy with the ball in his hands like a guard at times. So point center works, but he's more than that. He's your 2-time MVP is what he is.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. The kick out to Edwards. Back to Conley. Pass to Edwards. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. With a bucket here, they can take their first lead of the game.
Mentally, could be an important possession.
Now Caldwell Pope, guarded by Edwards.
又乱投。
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Timberwolves.
Minnesota ball.
Here's Conley. No points so far. It's Warren on the wing. Pass to McLaughlin. From deep. Ooh, and once again off the mark by Minnesota. The Nuggets on offense. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. And stolen by Edwards. Here's Conley. Here's Towns. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket. Towns has got 5 points.
And, you know, for all his perimeter skills, Towns also bringing that physicality inside.
Pass to Brown. To the paint. With a 9-footer. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Towns. Warren with the ball. It's Warren on the wing.
不是吧？这样是所谓的。
And here's the fast break. And Gordon with the big finish.
And although he's 6'9", Gordon runs and sprints like a much smaller man. He's got gazelle-like form.
改掉，先回家。
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
First one falls for him. Well, Chris Finch has done a nice job with this group, Clark. Just seems like he needs a playmaker or two around Anthony Edwards.
That's a pretty good observation, B.A. I mean, there's no doubting Anthony Edwards started. I mean, he's going to be one of the better players of this era, I would think.
屁！到底打八条啊？
He can't do it alone. Tell you what, with Jokic, you've got to foul him harder than that. This big fella takes pride in finishing through the defense.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And there's the lob. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Oh, deflected.
Hey! 都没接到。
Here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Over to the wing. Here's McLaughlin.
干怎么还不进啊？妈的，废物很难投哎！
Now a timeout called by Denver.
哇，被你压制住了。
唉。
Here's Murray.
莫神仙
Oh. It had it fallen, but it is offline. 3 quarters of play.
Timberwolves, 27.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Edwards with it. From deep three-point land. The long
妈的，没抄到。
is buried.
这你很想
Look
抄，
at that from Edwards.
赌
Way
博
out
是抄球。
Pass to Watson. There's the three.
不会用，
干 Watson。
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go.
Watson!
Using his money from deep. Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish. That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Minnesota in the lead. Alexander Walker with the bucket.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum. Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Pass to Caldwell Pope.
哎，屁啦！
Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line.
打手。
A sharpshooter with a quick trigger
太
release.
夸张了吧，根本就没碰到你，他妈的！
And Minnesota
打手啊！
After falling in the first round of the 2023 playoffs, Clark, the Timberwolves still have some work to do.
Yep, they were hoping the Rudy Gobert trade, BA, would elevate them higher. But this is a team that still needs to grow and develop more. I think their front office is going to stay aggressive in tweaking the roster.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And he's good on the second.
晒了，给你晒到3球。
And he makes all three.
不错啊。
And when you watch this Nuggets team, Clark, their chemistry on the court is obvious.
Yeah, BA, the pieces just fit and fit quite nicely. Give a lot of credit to the front office. Doing a good job drafting and then finding the right veterans to complement who they already had.
Count that one.
Left the defender stunned, stupefied. Murray with magnetic handles.
Pass to Gobert. It's McDaniels on the wing. Down low. Gobert.
干个狗背的废物！
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Inside. The teardrop. Oh, he's a monster. Jokic just flexing out here.
So good to see Murray, not just as a scorer, but
啊，狗背的不行啊！
Pass to McDaniels. Outside Conley. To the middle. Gobert.
哎，
My Conley， 还是得靠老将啊！
Conley's got himself on the board with a three there. And he's going for the lob. And Gordon with the big finish.
fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment.
防守弱环 ，MPJ。
McDaniels, what a moment! Huge bucket there.
Pass to Porter. He shoots it. It's
屁
good.
啦，这么
And
扯
the
啊！
assist goes to Murray.
He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
Gets
哎哇！
It's on Nikola Jokic.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring
没
breakdown
用。
for the Timberwolves.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
找到了，
Stolen by Conley.
A sloppy pass. Have to be more precise than that.
我
Edwards.
靠，被盖！
Denver grabs the miss. Gordon with it. Towns covering. Offensive
Oi!
board.
阿肥，
They kick it out to Murray. The three.
干
Fires
干，
it in the triple.
好扯！阿肥，这个进攻篮板，
Jamal Murray really loves being the crunch time deliverer. This guy relishes the chance to make big hoops.
Pass to Towns. Out of bounds. It'll go to
屁
the
啦
baby，
屁啦，放屁啦！干，怎么会有这种失误
The？ game. You know he feels awful.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Oh, so much on the line here.
And the crowd is locked in.
Gordon, left side. Now Jokic.
哎哎啊！
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the
Way back!
moment of the game. Yes.
Oh, he buries it from outside.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
啊，对了，这样子换人调度是对的。
They're losing by 2. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. All right, guys, what's your take?
A chance to tie it up here.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. And buries it from deep.
This dude, folks, has ice in his veins when the game is tight. Contavious Caldwell Pope.
And Minnesota calls time here. They're behind by 1. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
Down low. Lets a floater go.
老将价值。
Captain Clutch, one of Conley's many monikers, appropriate here. Just wow.
Now a timeout called by Denver. They're trailing by 1.
干你他妈你当季后赛在打是不是？
All right, guys, what do you think?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
For the win.
不是吧？
So it's Minnesota
有没有进？
scrapes by with a win. With the late victory, they upset
哎，没进啊！
hometown fans.
不算了，他连重播都不想重播。
Twice as
over
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark, Grant.
对啊，你完全不算了，最后一球。
决赛，
杰里老木，你出手慢了。
干绝杀球哎！
你以为你每次都能绝杀成功哦？
被你赚到啊！
没有没有，是我守的漂亮。嗯。干第3节我们打的比分超低耶。第3节一个9比6，两个人都不知道在打什么。